Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Amy and thank you so much for tuning in. Basically today I've got a Q&A. I asked you guys on Twitter if there's any questions that you want me to answer, and I got quite a few, so I thought I'd answer a few of them today. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, be sure to do so before you leave, but let's crack on straight into the video. So the first question is from Caroline, and it says, have you ever wondered what your life would be like without makeup? Now this is a very difficult question just because about, I'd probably say 3 years ago, I was not this into makeup. Honestly, I liked makeup and I appreciated it, but I did not have the collection and the enthusiasm that I have now, I suppose. So I kind of know what my life was like without makeup. I feel like it doesn't really differ the way that I act, it doesn't differ the way that I behave or anything like that, but it is a hobby of mine. I think it's so important to have a hobby or a passion that you really, really enjoy. The next question is from Amelia Payne, and it says, how do you get such lovely blog photos? I write a blog too and feel like mine always looks awful. What equipment do you use? Now I've checked out her blog and by no means are her photos awful at all, so I don't for 1 minute believe in that. But in terms of the question, what I use, it depends whether I have natural daylight. So if I have natural daylight, I'll basically get my background. So I've got a marble one, plain white one, a wooden one kind of thing. So I have different backgrounds, which are basically wallpapers or sticky back plastic, things like that I've ordered online and decorated with card. But I'll put the background in front of my window that I have, let the natural light come in and basically just take photos. The camera that I use is a Nikon D3200, I think that's the one it was called. I can't quite remember, but I think it's D3200, I think. So I use that. I use the 18 to 55mm lens it came with. I also have, if it's not if I don't have natural daylight, I've got basically a ring light which I have in front of me at the moment, and I also have 2 softbox lights. Normally when I take photos I'll use my softbox light just because it kind of represents daylight a lot better, but if I do want a harsh contrast then I'll use my ring light. Also as well, just thought I'd also mention that editing software is really important to me. So I edit all of my photos on Photoshop. I do use a Facetune on my phone if I take phone photos and put them on Instagram and stuff, but ultimately what I use for my blog is Photoshop and I'm obsessed with that. That is the one editing tool that I could not change for the life of me. So I would say that invest in maybe the editing software, but again there's so many free applications on computers that you can use and are really readily available, so you don't have to spend money. But if it gets to a point where you do want to invest a little bit more into the programs and stuff, then Photoshop is one that I would definitely recommend. This one's from Georgina, and she basically says, what's the best way to tell a work colleague that her foundation is the wrong colour and makes her look orange, or would I keep it quiet? Now this is actually a really funny question just because the girls that I work with, we are honestly the best of friends, and I think that we're at that position where if someone came in with the wrong colour foundation, I think we would tell them. No one has done so far, so I guess watch your space, but no, I feel we would genuinely be completely honest. We always are with each other and we always have each other's best interests at heart. Tiana asks, what shampoo do you use to keep your hair looking so nice and healthy? Now I'm so lucky that I get quite a lot of different shampoo and conditioners through PR, so I get to try out so many because I really want to basically do more hair features on my blog and on my channel too. My hair is so important to me, and I think hair care is one of those things that I definitely recommend almost investing in, just the same as skincare. Your hair is so important, and your scalp as well, and they need so much care, and I think so many people neglect it. So my kind of I guess I've got to do top 5 really, because it's very difficult because I'm always changing products and I'm always trying new ones. But I would say for blonde hair like mine, if you kind of want to keep it ashy instead of yellow toned, then I'd always recommend a silver shampoo. And I love the Provoke ones. They are honestly some of my favourite. They are so affordable too, and you can get them in Superdrug, you can get them in outlet stores like B&M, Home Bargains, things like that, and they are so good. I would honestly recommend the Intense one that every blonde should own basically. So that's one that I use all the time and always go back to. I love John Frieda products, they are some of my favourite. Again, they have like blonde ranges, but they also have volume ranges. They have like everything for everyone, and I just think the quality of their products are so good. So they're ones that I do go back to. Again, if I don't have something new to try next, then I'll always buy something that I know that I love, and John Frieda will definitely be a consideration. I definitely love TG, like the bedhead ranges. They are some of my favourite. Now they can be a little bit expensive, but the size bottles that I normally get are like the massive ones, and I think I often get them for around £10 each, which again, if you don't like spending a lot of money on your hair, that can seem a little bit steep, but I feel like a product like that will last me about 3 months, so that's a long time. I'm so lucky that I don't have to share my hair care stuff with anyone else in my house, so if I buy something, like, I'm the one that uses it, so I can basically use that until it's finished, and that normally lasts me about 3 months. I love the Dumb Blonde ones. They are some of my favourite, and there was another range as well, and I can't remember what one I really liked, but it had like wholemeal in it, and it just really did help my hair go like so shiny. So I definitely recommend TG ones. I just think they're so worth the money, and I think they're quite underrated as well. I don't see a lot of people talking about them, but I do honestly think that they are so worth it. So they're definitely a consideration. I also really like using Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner. I don't have dandruff, so I don't use it for those benefits, but they're really good for like getting rid of excess product that's in your hair. Product can build up so easily in your hair if you don't wash it properly, and Head and Shoulders, like any of their ranges, I particularly like the original one. Some of them have scents, some of them have additional benefits, but kind of any of them I found just work really well and getting rid of like excess product build up and really helping to detox your hair. Final recommendation would be to choose shampoo and conditioners that don't have sulfates. Now some people feel like they don't actually see a difference between basically sulfate free and products that contain sulfates, but basically what I found is that if I have or use products that don't have sulfates in them, if I curl my hair stays curly for longer. If I have it coloured, it stays coloured for longer. It just kind of doesn't like break down anything of my hair. So what I like doing is finding products that have more natural ingredients, and I feel like, again, it's like your skincare. If you have products that have loads of like nasty ingredients in it, basically like filler products that help to make the product seem better, but like it's just full of like chemicals and stuff, you wouldn't put that on your face, so you wouldn't put it on your hair. So I'm very, very particular with the shampoo and conditioners that I choose if I am trying something new. I've spoken a lot about that question, so I'm going to move on. Megan Caitlin Lewis says, what's your favourite makeup product that you couldn't live without? Also, could you maybe look at my channel? Now I've already subscribed to your channel, I really like your videos. Probably have to be my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I think I'm going to go with that, the foundation, because it just not only makes my skin look so much better, but it stays on all day despite the fact that I have really oily skin, and it doesn't make my skin look oily. It really does help to conceal the oils, and it just looks really natural even though it's a full coverage foundation. Sunshine Sarah says, hello, hey, hi. Hello. I'd like to know, please, Nutella or peanut butter, jam or cream first on scones? Have you tried Yorkshire puddings? I love these questions, they're so random. So between Nutella and peanut butter, I don't like smooth peanut butter, so it'd have to be crunchy peanut butter, but in the battle, Nutella wins, 100%. I love Nutella. I used to be like so obsessed with it that I was one of those people that would eat it out of the jar. Best thing ever in the world as well. Salted pretzels, dip it in Nutella, you're welcome. The best thing. So it'd have to be Nutella. Jam or cream first on scones. Now, I'm from Devon, and the Devon way of basically putting jam and cream on your scones is put cream on first, then jam on top. Cream is a substitute for butter. That's how it goes. If you were to do it the other way around in North Devon, then you'd be kicked out and sent to Cornwall, because the other way is the Cornish way. So I'm sticking true to my roots and doing it the Devon way. So scone, cream, jam. That's how you do it. If anyone else does it the other way, shame on you. Shame on you. And have you tried Yorkshire puddings? Of course I've tried Yorkshire puddings. I love Yorkshire puddings. I would be that person when you're having a roast dinner that will just have like 6 of them at a time. They are so good, and I don't think I've ever been to Yorkshire, but I love a Yorkshire pudding. Hannah Fawcett, I hope I said that okay, says, what's your favourite makeup brand? And again, this is so hard because I try so many and I feel like different makeup brands work better for different makeup products. I'm gonna have to say two, and I'm gonna say one for high end and one for drugstore, just to make it fair. I feel like my favourite drugstore brand would have to be Bourjois. I think I'm gonna go for Bourjois just because I feel like they come out with so many like unique items that's like specific to them, which is so important. And I just feel like the quality is consistent. So no matter what product I bought from Bourjois, even though I don't like their reformulated healthy mix foundation, like literally I'm crying inside because of it. Even though I don't love that, it's still a good foundation. So yeah, I'm going to say Bourjois for drugstore just because they're consistent. Everything I've got hasn't disappointed me. And you kind of know what you're getting because it's always going to be good. So Bourjois definitely for drugstore, even though that's difficult because I love like Rimmel, I love Maybelline, I love Makeup Revolution. The high-end choice, I'm going to say MAC, and I feel like that's quite controversial. But again, for the same reasons, I feel like the quality is there no matter what I get. I love MAC foundations, I love MAC powders, I love MAC highlighters, Fix Plus. You know, there's just so many MAC products that I own and I love. So I'm going to have to say with them. But Jinxie Beauty says, what's the most standout new beauty product launch of the year so far for you? I feel like the best product that I've used recently that's almost like seriously impressed me would have to be the new Rimmel London Insta Flawless Powder. I'm talking about this one here and I'm not too sure if you can see it very well on camera, but it is such a finely milled loose, well, pressed powder, but I've used so much of it that the hashtag design that's on top, like you can't really see that very well, and it feels just honestly like super light powder. And on the skin, I don't obviously have to bake with this because that's what I used to use the RCMA one for, but even just the smallest amount of this under the eye works so well in locking my concealer in place. Final question that I'm going to answer today, because I feel like I've been talking forever, is from Mikhail Matos. I hope I've said that okay. I'm so sorry if I haven't. She basically says, what made you decide to start your YouTube channel? Now, I feel like I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel. However, when I first started getting into blogging, I was at uni, like I said, it was like really providing me like an outlet for creativity and talking about stuff that I really loved. And I really wanted to make a YouTube channel initially when I first started my blog. However, I went to uni with a YouTuber and this person at the time was doing really well. They had thousands upon thousands of subscribers and would receive PR packages, would receive fan mail, would like they were really like at the top of the game, considering this was probably like 3 years ago. Obviously no one, like YouTube isn't what it is now. Like so many people have YouTube channels now, but like 3 years ago not a lot of people did. So this person was doing really well. They'd have meetups, they'd have like obviously other YouTuber friends that go to YouTube HQ, Google HQ, like they were a big deal for their like target audience. And that put me off because they're like, it was very difficult because I felt like that this person, obviously I'm just speaking from my experience and I'm obviously not going to name any names because I don't want to obviously like say who this person was, but I was very good friends with them. And I felt like the way that they dealt with their audience was very negative. Now, I say that because they released their own merch, which would sell out so quickly, but it was, I just felt like it was almost like exploiting it a little bit. It was trying to make money where their audience was very young. I would say that it started kind of at like 13-year-old girls and probably ended at like 16-year-old girls, like predominantly, because that was the kind of videos was almost aimed at that age group. And selling merch to those kind of people is very difficult because of course I feel like they're just too young to almost like sell things to. They would receive fan mail that would include like razors with the subscribers like blood on it, and it was just too much. And I just felt like that they were in a, like, they had responsibility as an influencer and they could make choices, and I don't felt like that they made the right choices. And of course, like, not everyone is like that, and I know that for a fact, of course, because now I'm part of the community. I know a lot of people that have so many subscribers and they are so humble, but I really felt like that this person exploited the fact that they had a lot of influence online. It made them very arrogant, and it really changed them as a person, and it just put me off of YouTube because that's what I associated with it. Now, again, like I said, I do not think that anymore. I think that this person, and I believe this person has completely changed now, and I don't think that they have a channel anymore where they release regular videos. But at the time, I just don't know, like, they were friends with people that would also make the wrong choices online. They would encourage people to do things that nothing was like too bad, so it's very difficult to like contextualize this without basically giving it away. But I just felt like they would do meetups where there would just be expense, and I just felt like they were doing it for the wrong reason. And for me, that just put me off creating a channel then, because I saw what level they were at. They had a lot of subscribers, and you almost like imagine when you have so many subscribers, it means that you have this, you have happiness, you have all of these things that make everything better. And I just felt like they didn't have those things, and it was just a slippery slope of they were in a bit of a scandal. They had YouTuber friends that were involved in scandals, that were making wrong decisions, and the way that I saw it from an outsider's point of view, as like a friend point of view as well, like, it was messy. And I just associated at the time that the influencer community almost was a messy one, especially on YouTube, because I feel like, of course, you put a face in front of people, and yeah, just at the time, it put me off. However, I got more and more into blogging, and what made me, I can't remember the question that I was actually answering. Completely disassociated myself with that group of friends, including the YouTuber that had a lot of subscribers. And through blogging, I then realised that it's not like that at all. There was this one person that made the wrong decisions, and that shouldn't let me not do something that I would love to do because of that. It's like any industry, you can go into any job and there's always one person that makes the wrong decisions, that exploits their power. And so for me, I just felt like, no, you know what, I'm going to create a channel, I'm going to do it for me. I don't care what other people think. I'm sure there are people that watch my videos and think, what the fuck is she on about? What the fuck is she doing? How embarrassing. But I really don't care, and I really wanted to create it for me because I genuinely love creating videos. I love creating content. I love talking about makeup. I love creating makeup looks. I love reviewing new products. And it's this passion that is why you should do something. I would not change being a part of the YouTube community and the blogging community for the world. I hope that this video has been helpful in you guys getting to know me. I feel like I've spoken for ages, that my mouth is like water. So I'm gonna stop now. But if you guys ever want to ask me any questions, or if you want me to do another video, let me know. I love filming these. I love you guys like being able to get to know me more. And yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up. It is awesome when you guys do that. And thank you so much for everyone that has subscribed recently. I hope you're enjoying my new videos, and I'll see you guys next week for another one. Bye guys!